bringing Israel to the world. This is IBN News.
With News of Israel, I'm Susan Michaels. With Iran's fundamentalist regime weakening due to American sanctions and subsequent domestic unrest, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the world should act now to weaken it further. Speaking prior to a meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in the Portuguese capital this week, Netanyahu said Iran's aggression is growing, but its empire is tottering. And I say, let's make it totter even further. During a late-night meeting with Pompeo, Netanyahu reportedly discussed his proposal to annex the Jordan Valley, saying that it was Israel's full right to do so if we choose so. The prime minister also said he and Pompeo agreed to move forward with plans for a joint defense treaty, saying he was aware of concerns expressed by Israeli defense officials that a pact such as this would limit Israel's freedom to operate militarily, but that he felt it was an historic opportunity and Israel would not be limited to act against archenemy Iran. According to Avigdor Lieberman, chairman of the Yisrael Beitenu party, all efforts to form a government, either unity or narrow right-wing government, have been exhausted and that Israel is going to elections. He went on to accuse both Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and blue and white leader Benny Gantz for what he called their failure to make concessions, stating during the entire trial period to form a government, Netanyahu and Gantz were too busy playing the blame game. Likud and Blue and White threw accusations at one another earlier this week after yet another unsuccessful meeting between party leaders to narrow gaps on a unity government. Reports quote Palestinian officials saying Egypt is pushing for Israel and Hamas to agree to a 5-year ceasefire deal. Israeli TV also reported early this week that significant progress in Egypt's mediation efforts with Hamas has been made to achieve an agreement for a sustained period of calm in Gaza. At the same time, Hamas is calling on Gaza residents to turn out once again for March of Return protests after a 3-week hiatus. And after a report by Israeli media that the IDF has for years falsified data on ultra-Orthodox recruitment in order to make it appear that quotas were being met, senior military recruiting officials have denied the allegations. I'm Susan Michaels.
IBN, Israel Broadcast Network.